Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وَإِذَا لَقُوا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا قَالُوا آمَنَّا وَإِذَا خَلَوْا إِلَى شَيَاطِينِهِمْ قَالُوا إِنَّا مَعَكُمْ إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُسْتَهْزِئُونَ. These are the verses 14 onwards that we are going to talk about from Surah Al-Baqarah. The surah is talking about, as in the case of the earlier verses, a group of people who, despite the fact that God's message had become absolutely clear through the messenger of God, God's mercy be on him, they were bent upon rejecting and denying it, bringing one excuse or another because they didn't want to believe. So the Quran says, وَإِذَا لَقُوا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. When these people, when they meet those who have believed, قَالُوا آمَنَّا, they say, we have believed as well. وَإِذَا خَلَوْا إِلَى شَيَاطِينِهِمْ. However, when they leave them and they meet their own leaders, Satans, those leaders who were misguiding them, قَالُوا إِنَّا مَعَكُمْ. They say to them, don't worry, we are with you. إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُسْتَهْزِئُونَ. You were just mocking them. Allahu yastahzi'u bihim. Allah, God is the one who is going to mock back at them. وَيَمُدُّهُمْ فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ يَعْمَهُونَ. And is going to leave them in the darkness of ignorance for them to wander aimlessly. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ اشْتَرَوُا الضَّلَالَةَ بِالْهُدَىٰ. Such are the people who have preferred misguidance over guidance, who have bartered guidance for misguidance. فَمَا رَبِحَتْ تِجَارَتُهُمْ. Their trade is not going to benefit them. وَمَا كَانُوا مُهْتَدِينَ. And nor are they going to get guided. In other words, these are the people who got the opportunity to believe. These are the people who got the opportunity to get guided. But instead of getting guided, they preferred misguidance. That is what the Quran clearly mentions, that when you are confronted with a situation wherein you are to choose one from the two given options, either you go for something which is correct, desirable, and based on God's guidance, or you choose something which is wrong, evil, but there is some worldly temptation in it. So when you go for something that is attracting you towards it because of its temptations, and as a consequence of it, you let go the opportunity of guidance, the opportunity of truth coming to you, you're actually selling out, trading truth and guidance and purchasing, preferring what is misguidance and evil. These unfortunate people, they thought that what they're doing is brilliant. In actual fact, what they were doing was causing harm to themselves, even though they didn't realize. They were the ones who thought that they are actually making fun of the people who believe. They are mocking them. In fact, it is God who has arranged for them to be mocked at, because they don't realize that what they're going through is in actual fact a decision that they have taken for their own future to get destroyed. Because quite obviously, when we have been given the opportunity to understand the truth, and it has come down to us in a manner that it makes a lot of sense and is convincing, and yet because of one worldly weakness, indulgence or another, we ignore the truth coming from God, then the decision that we're going to take is going to ultimately cause harm to us, not just in this life, but in the eternal life of the hereafter. So the Almighty is saying that even though they think that they are mocking at the believers and they are trying to make fun of believers and their God, the fact of the matter is that it is God who has arranged for them to be mocked at, even though they don't realize. May God enable us to understand His message properly and to follow it as best as we can.